Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, if you haven't read by the title yet, I'm going to show you guys how to get a perfect V-shaped French, or they call it chevron line as well. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that with acrylic and not gel polish, and I'm going to do it on press-on nails. So if you're interested in me doing it on like my own hands or like a practice hand, I could do that as well for you guys, but the technique is exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter. Press-on nails just were the better option for me right now, and the tips I'm using for these press-on nails are the long coffin press-on nails from Cakes and Nails, and these are the sizes that I use. If you do not know how to measure your press-on nails, I can also do a video dedicated on that if you guys are interested. But anyways, the stands I'm using are also from Cakes and Nails, since a lot of you guys asked in my previous press-ons video. And I'm using like these clay thingies that you use on the wall just to stick on the press-on nails on the stands. To start, I'm gonna buff the press-on nails, the surface, and if you're doing this on a real hand, then make sure to prep your nails, of course. So I'm using these mini buffers. I got these on AliExpress. I also give this to my clients if they order press-on nails, but all you do is pretty much buff the surface so the acrylic or the gel can stick better onto the surface of the nail. Also, I get rid of these little thingies at the front of the nail. You can also do this with a normal buffer, of course, but I thought these were so cute, so I went ahead and used one. Also, if you're ordering from AliExpress, you gotta consider that it takes really long. When I order stuff from AliExpress, it takes me like 1 or 2 months. So if you have a hurry, then maybe choose Amazon over AliExpress, but AliExpress is cheaper, of course. Also, remember to always keep them in the position they have to be, like the order they have to be in, so you do not forget which nail is which nail, because it can happen. Also guys, a lot of you guys have messaged me about ordering press-on nails with me. And for the people that live in the US, it is really complicated, since I do live in the Netherlands, and shipping is more expensive. It's about $15, I think, and you can only pay me with PayPal, since we don't have like Venmo and stuff like that here, or what is it called? Cash App. We don't have that here, so that's really unfortunate. So if you do have PayPal, you could reach out to me if you do want press-on nails by me. Then you just have to go on my Instagram and message me about that. Okay, so before you start with any gel or acrylic, make sure to dust off the nails so dust doesn't come in the way. Okay, so starting with the acrylic application, I'm using Warm Glow for the top color from Not Polish. If you're wondering what this is, I just swatched some colors for myself to see which one I wanted to use. But anyway, starting, we are dipping our brush in the monomer, make sure the bubbles are out. Dip in all the way. I like to remove the excess on the sides. Dip in my brush, tap, don't drag. I like to bleed out my bead. I start just below the cuticle area. Remember, you can also do this on a real hand. It's the same process. For the people that are doing press-ons, make sure it doesn't run over the sides of the tips. And you just let the acrylic flow down with gravity. You can see I'm holding my tip angled down. Hold your hand angled down. And I just follow my brush on the side like that. And you can do this as deep as you want. I want it to be pretty deep, so I'm dragging it all the way down, but you could also take it all the only up to here, or yeah, wherever you want. And I just kind of shape it with the side of my brush until I like how it's looking. Make sure to clean your brush. I dip it, clean it again, then dip it again, take out the bubbles. I take another bead, just a little smaller, and then try to go up to the cuticle area, but don't flood it. Just like work it slowly into that cuticle area. And then the rest, I'm dragging it or blending it down. And the side wall doesn't have to be all the way perfect yet, because we are gonna file that later on. Remember to clean your brush, set it aside to dry. I'm going in with another one so you guys can see another one. Let me just replace my sheet. Okay, again, dip in the monomer. Just below the cuticle area. Hold your finger angled downwards so the acrylic can flow down. And you really want to make sure that your beads are not too wet for this process, or else it will go everywhere and you'll have a hard time molding the acrylic. Also, a lot of people ask me why I like to do the press-on nails with acrylic. That's just preference. I like the way they look more with the acrylic on. I just don't like the way they look with the gel. It just looks really fake, or like this, they look more like real acrylics, let's say it like that. And yeah, they're just really flat with the gel. But if you like it more with the gel, then that's up to you. But then this process would be really different as well. I could make a video with only gel if you guys would like that, but this is the way I do it. And it's also just that I wanted to show you guys how to do this with acrylic, the chevron line. Also guys, if I did not mention this earlier, make sure to always clean around the cuticles. Make sure the cuticles are not flooded, and with the press-ons make sure it doesn't run to the sides, and make sure these things are like down so they don't cover your tip, because that will kind of make the shape crooked later on and make it harder for you to file the nails. And yeah, just basically make the shape look kind of weird on the sides. Also, this might look harder than it is, because when I started I thought this looked so hard, and I thought I could never ever do French or this chevron line. But trust me, just do it once or twice, and if you kind of know the monomer to powder ratio, it will be really easy for you, so don't worry about that. Okay, so now I did all of my fingers, and I'm gonna start shaping the V. Just go side to side. This is a 180-100 grit nail file. I'm going with the more coarser side, and you want to just go from side to side. Do not stay on one side, because that will make it, oh sorry, I was not in focus, sorry about that. But do not stay on one side for too long, because that will make it go crooked. It will make it go to one side more than the other. Until you have that perfect V shape, just like that. I like to go over it sometimes a little bit as well, but you do not have to do that if you don't want to. I like to smooth it out a little bit. You can see the angle that I'm shaping it in. Don't go straight, just a little bit to the side angle. Just imagine the V creating already. Also, if you haven't seen my new intro, let me know how you like it. I made it all by myself. I'm so proud. Let me know what you think of it. Do you like it more than the last one? And remember, you want to make this acrylic layer a little bit let's say thick, not thick, but you know what I mean, just a little bit up. You don't want it to be like flat on the tip, because as you can see, when we're filing, we do need that little bit of thickness so we are able to file, if that makes sense. Because let's imagine this is just flat, like this one is a little bit flatter, and it makes it harder for me to file. So about this thickness is perfect for filing, because you can see this one is a little bit less thick and it makes it harder for me to file, but we're working with it. So guys, moving on, we have our shaped V. I'm gonna take my bottom color, which is gonna be white. I'm gonna use the white acrylic powder from Mia Secret. So all you gotta do is take a bead of the color you wanna put underneath. Again, you don't want this to be too liquid. It doesn't have to be perfect either, because we're gonna file this off later on. Also, again, make sure it does not come over the sides, and if it does, you can always clean it up. But make sure you clean it up before it gets hard or before it sets. Yeah, make sure to fill up the whole space that does not have acrylic yet on the tip. And you can do this with as many beads as you like. This is really not like, this is the easier part, of course. With the V also, you don't have to use like one bead only. You can also use 2 beads. If you feel like it's not thick enough, or you couldn't get all the way to the bottom, it's no problem to use more beads. Cleaning up the sides, making sure it's not on top of the sticky stuff. Okay, so now that we have all our acrylic laid, I'm gonna start shaping and filing. I'm starting with a coarse, or I don't know if this is a coarse or a medium, but you can do a medium. So you want to use a safety bit for the press-on nails. That's just how I do it, because I do not want to cut the sides, and you do not want to file the sides or on top of here too much or change the shape of it, because it is already the shape and the size of your nail bed or your client's nail bed. So you do not want to change the size of here. You can change it down here if you like, but do not come up here and change the size up here. But you will see what I'm doing. So I start by taking off this excess white. Now I'm done with that. I'm taking them off of the stands. It's hard to take the sticky things off. You can just use like a cuticle pusher or something to remove them, but it shouldn't be that hard. We do still need the stands later on, so don't just put them away yet.
What I'm doing with the drill now is just correcting the shape a little bit more at the front and at the sides of the press-on nail, and I'm in a forward setting to do this.
I'm gonna replace the bit for like a pointy one like this, which comes with like most of the drills, I think. And I'm just gonna check and see if there's anything underneath of the nails, and if there is, I'm gonna just lightly take that off. I usually do this with a regular bit on normal nails, but since these are really like narrow, let's see, I'm taking this one and it works perfectly. Now I'm gonna take my hand file and just file the top of the nail until it's smooth. And you can also place it back, but I feel like I have more grip on the nail if I hold it in my hand. Remember, do not file around here too much, or not at all. 90-degree angle, like this. The sidewalls just a little bit. And I'm gonna place mine back now. Also, if you do have like acrylic or stuff like that here, you can really gently file around that, but maybe with like a sanding band or something like that. But I will show you guys in a bit. So I'm now just smoothing out the surface, the whole nail. Now is also the time to take away any bulkiness if you do have that up here. You can also do that with your drill, go from side to side with the drill. So I decided to use a regular buffer since this works better for the surface.
As you guys can see, I finished off the nails with a little butterfly and some rhinestones. The butterfly is from Cakes Ink Nails. They're called negative space butterflies if you're wondering. And the rhinestones are just regular rhinestones from Amazon, and I applied them with just some nail glue. Remember, if you use nail glue, it will dry really quick. And now I'm finishing off the nails with some glossy top coat from Not Polish. Remember, you can use my code Tasha to get 10% off of Not Polish at the checkout. Also, I did 2 coats of the top coat and cured for 60 seconds in the lamp each coat. Also, please stay until the end of the video so you guys can see how the press-ons look like on my hands, so you guys can see an impression of how press-ons look like with acrylic.